Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a Jace with Jace, the tabletop interview review show for the Adventures in Ethoria, brought to you by the Black Tower Stories. I'm your host, Jace, and with me tonight, the High Elf Noble of Mystery, making his own path in history. No one knows what his end game could be, but he's opening up to his party. He's a master of stealth when he takes someone's wealth, but he needs all the help when it's somebody's health. With great aim and timing, he leaves them all writhing. He needs stealth and hiding when you're the only one surviving. With the witnesses dead and no one to stare, we welcome in Volred as he pulls up a chair. Hi!
That was beautiful.
I only stumbled once.
Now do it 3 times fast.
No. Let me record it and then just speed it up afterwards.
That was great. I think, I've been on here. Is this number 4 that I've been on here? I think it's number 4. It's 3 or 4. Could be 5. Who knows?
5.
Either way.
This would be the 5. I have
okay.
5 intros that I've written for you.
Well, this is definitely the best. And I say that without actually remembering any of the other 4.
I was like, I'm pretty sure no one remembers any of the intros I do.
How about this? I'm continually impressed.
Yay. It's top 5, that's for sure.
Top 5, I would go ahead and say it's a top 1 of
Top
this
one.
moment.
Of the ones you remember, top 1.
It's way better than everyone else's.
That is everyone's introduction for you, or my introductions for everyone else?
The latter.
See, there you go. Might be just a little bit of bias in there. But thank you, Raab, for coming in today. Glad you could be here. We're talking about episode 34, titled Tuesday Booze Day, as the party celebrated on the 22nd of February. And I don't know what day it fell on the fantasy calendar that Eric made up. But we are here to talk about the events that happened in that session and the fact that not a single damn one of us rolled a 22, despite our best efforts.
That's sad. And thinking about the actual date within the campaign, Eric can barely get, what the session number is. Do you think he really knows, the real date?
I don't know. We tell him the session number 5 minutes before he goes on, and then he just fucks it up anyway, so...
I mean, I'm sure he has it's Eric. He has a general idea. He's probably very close to it, but, if you held a gun to his head and said, I need you to accurately say, what day of the campaign it is within 5 seconds, he might die.
Let's see. 5th age, 1281 of 38th day of Frost Rule leave. Arkenfirth, that's not how I spelled Arkenfirth in my notes at all. 1281 Frost Rule 43. Yeah, that's I have no idea what those numbers and things mean in the chat, so...
Yeah,
No
those
idea.
were just words with some numbers. But at least someone knows. I see it was Ari, so...
I think it was put in our chat, in the Bela Thorn campaign thing. We just don't ever pay attention to it.
Oops.
If it's not a crazy, dick meme or something, why are we really paying attention?
Yeah, if it's not a gif of Moira Rose, I don't care about it.
Speaking of, what was it? We said 5 out of the 5 intro. Speaking of the number 5, that brings us to the first question that was brought in from the chat. It's been several sessions of being level 5 now. Let's see. Why did you just now decide to finally try to steal something?
Oh, me?
Yes.
So realistically, I'm trying to put myself in a position as a player to be a little more daring to do things that I wouldn't before. And I think part of that is just, we're 9 months into the session, and I know 9 months is quite a lot of time.
We had a baby.
I could be baby red right now.
You fully incubated. Now you are emerging as the sneaky roguey boy.
Yeah, so I think, 9 months in, I think I've kind of just been playing it chill and just kind of letting things go about and not really pushing things that I want to try or things that I want to attempt to do that could be dangerous. And, now, since that we are a slightly smaller party, I think that kind of gives the opportunity for there to be, someone has to kind of fill the void of some of the craziness, and I'm willing to take that on a little bit.
That does bring me into one of my questions, and one I'd also asked before with Kilmo on here, is who do you think will pick up the crazy slack with Gorbek out of the game? And I was already full throttle into like, I'm going to do something stupid if I feel like doing it, whether Gorbek was here or not. But now that he's not here, we already saw it in last session where you decided, I want to steal something, and Caleb started fucking around with people. I'm like, oh, we're growing.
I'm honestly a little surprised at Caleb, because I thought he would have been a little bit more of the kind of just, by the book.
Straight edge.
I mean, yeah, like if we're gonna look at all of us in terms of like craziness factor, I would put him and Arthur as the two most stable in terms of, they may have their fun moments, but they're not like chaotic necessarily. I think that Gander is kind of in the middle, and you and I are more of the just kind of, I want to do something, so I'm just going to do it. I would say going into this last session, you more than me.
Yeah, but I would put myself in there with the level like Gorbek would do something. The difference is that I will take into account the ramifications of the situation. And like, I probably shouldn't fuck around that much, or like, I'll do something small that has consequences, but it's like a small consequence.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of my thing is, again, the new player, learning how consequences affect things, and just
learn through someone else's mistakes for 5 levels. That's what you just did.
Exactly. And I'm sure I'm going to do some stupid shit moving forward, because I'm trying to be a little more directive and be more proactive, instead of just kind of letting everyone do their thing and just me kind of being in the back, just like, yes. So I'm sure there will be some stupid stuff, but I do think that me and Volred isn't going to just, it's going to be a look before I leap situation.
The exact opposite of Gorbek. Leap, yes. Then just don't look.
Yeah, which, no, like, I do appreciate that. I just think, like, we've talked before with Eric's style of just being very kind of unforgiving in certain ways.
Consequences have actions have consequences.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just much of that was my assumption of what we're kind of getting into. There's too much crazy at times when it's just running rampant.
Controlled chaos, that's what we want.
Controlled chaos, there we go.
I want to be able to plan my chaos, put it in schedule. Like, it's Tuesday, I got 2 hours of chaos I can do. I can move that to Wednesday if I have to, but then I got to move a dentist appointment.
Yeah, controlled chaos, I appreciate that.
On to another question. I've got some more written down that are for that one, but I like to cover the chats ones first. Question for Volred. If you can go back and change one thing about your character and how you play your character, what would it be?
I think I'd be a little less mysterious, and I think it'd be more fun to just kind of be a little more vocal about things. But I picked a character that kind of has a mysterious past, so again, nothing wrong with it. It's just I've realized, like, I'm trying to think too much at times of how do you let that sort of element of mystery kind of stretch itself out enough, and not just kind of walk into the first session and, for lack of better words, blow my load right off the bat. But
we're on a ship and you just do that on the deck? What's wrong with you?
There's got to be someone to clean it up. I'm sure Arthur cleaned up some messes when he wasn't getting paid.
Cleaned up many loads on the poop deck.
But I think my next character is going to be a little more just kind of basic in terms of not having a mysterious backstory.
I think you're opening up now, though. So, you've gotten you. If you had a type of issue that your character did, you probably wouldn't be very open and proud about it. Like, let me show you my grossness. Like,
Exactly.
If I show you this and you end up being a complete prick, I'm gonna have to kill you. So, I should probably wait.
Yes, and I think I might. I like combat, and I say that I like combat without ever really fully getting my ass kicked yet. But I think it'd be fun to be more of like a fighter or barbarian.
Yeah, that could be fun. Just depends on how you want to do it.
Obviously,
you are the turret, so
you have no clue what it's like to be a barbarian.
No idea.
Obviously,
I'm playing.
No idea.
I'm playing a paladin right now.
Yeah.
Just resistances. On to another question that has come in. Question for both. What is your favorite battle encounter so far?
I'll let you go first on this because I will need to think.
Okay. It's the one where we survived. Shocker. The hobgoblin fight at the top of the mountain. That was my favorite one, mostly because I had 3 natural 20s in a row, and that's never happened to me ever. And all the time plays like, yeah, great, killed him. And the look on Eric's face, priceless.
That was pretty good. I think for me, and the level of detail here escapes me, so this might be a bit of a struggle bus, but it was when we were underwater and we were in those like dilapidated ruins fighting the like shark people, was it? I forget their names. And I forget the whole thing, but basically we made a plan where I had to make a very precise shot.
Yeah, I know this one.
And we pulled it off, and like I don't know if it was like a nat 20, but it was like a really good shot, and it was like, boom, suck it, you're dead.
The old cave-in trick, that was a good one. Yeah.
Yes.
That thick arrow, the master trick shot artist that you are. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
It's a fun time.
As Eric's just like, well, I guess I'll be using this battle map. Click away.
Right, all that work he put into that battle map, and we just fucked him.
It's like real shame if we avoided it. That was a good one. I like that. That was also one of the funnest parts about the underwater fights that we did is when Eric, of course, critted with his NPC paladin.
Yeah, that was so funny. Like, do you think if he didn't crit as much that we would have had someone die that fight? Because it felt like that would have been a moment where someone could have died.
I don't think it would have been really, really deadly without that massive amount of damage. But I don't have the clip prepared. Sorry, Artie. But I should put that on my play thing once I get my stream deck fixed. But if he didn't crit and do that much damage, it would have been a much harder fight. But the fact that he did it, and it was on stream, and you could see the reaction on his face, it was like, oh. Sounds like a natural 20, Eric, and that's a paladin. Paladins smite on natural 20s. That's a rule. It's not a real rule, but like anyone who plays a paladin knows. Crit, smite, do it.
We did it. We did it. He did it.
To himself.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah.
All right, question again. This one, Volred. Now that you've played a rogue as your first official character, what other character class would you like to try? I think you mentioned a couple of them.
Yeah.
Want to go in depth a bit?
Yeah, I think a fighter or barbarian would be cool. A little more hands-on, a little more like in your face, just like slinging. I think outside of that, I could see a bard being really fun, just in terms of just like play style and being stupid and just kind of. I think there's more of a creative element to a bard, and it's something that I feel like I'd either do really well at or would suck. So I don't know.
It'll be fun to find out, though.
I mean, maybe I should look into best of both worlds, like, do a multi-class bard and fighter. I mean, does that work well?
Everything works well with fighter, and bard works well with a lot of stuff. And it just, the crazier the combination is, the better it is, because then no one has the experience to do it. So like, do it.
What's like, is there like technically like a top 3 worst like combined classes? Like, would there be like one that sticks out in your mind that you would be like, hard stop, I would never do that, that sounds like shit?
For me, no, because I like playing weird shit. Probably the worst combination would probably be a barbarian and a caster, because barbarians can't cast spells when they're raging, so it really hinders them. So really, barbarian and anything that's that. Monk and paladin don't mix well together, because technically you're not allowed to smite on monk strikes. And a wizard combining with like a charisma based caster when they don't really have the charisma, then yeah, something like that. But for the most part, multi-class can be whatever you want. There's a ton of really good combinations that I could tell you about. If you're like, I want to do a bard, and what else do you want to do? It's like anything else. Well, the bard works great with everything.
Can I like multi-class all of the classes?
You technically can.
How well has someone done that before?
There is literally a video online called Absurd.
Okay.
The character's name is Absurd, and he's multi-classed into every class because he's got like a 13 in every stat, and he can do a whole lot of stuff. He just can't do any of it very good.
So it's like a jack of all trades but master of none situation.
Yeah, I think he's got like 20. The build has like 20 cantrips with just like a 1 level dip into it. So yeah, it's absurd. Wizard Bard. That's not a very good combo. I don't know why anyone would ever play a Wizard Bard. Artificer Monk is in the chat. I think an Artificer Monk could be really good because you can create your magic items that you specifically want as a monk, because it's hard to get magic items from monks. And as an artificer, you could just kind of make whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, what would the gayest class be?
Bard and Sorcerer.
Okay.
Bard Sorcerer.
Done.
Bardlock is what they're called.
You got me sold.
Sard?
Sard?
Goblin Bard. Big no-no. That's from Beefo. But really, those are like the worst combinations, but I could tell you tons of ways to make them work and make them really cool and still be funny. It really depends on how the character behind the combination, and then the mechanics don't matter.
What do you have against mechanics? They fix your cars.
We have one. Is Gorbeck. No, Gander. I'm tired of characters having the same number of syllables and starting with the same letter, because I get confused really easily. Gorbeck Gander.
Okay. Yeah.
It's easy to confuse me that way. I run a game where most of the party members start with the letter D. It's very confusing.
Do you get tired of D's?
D's
nuts. Got him.
Ooh, get out of my bar.
Oh.
Nah, I just wheel this cart. Go away.
Oh no, bye.
You can come back. I have nothing else
thank
prepared.
you.
If you leave, I have no one else. We have the questions that already came in from the chat, so I'm going to switch it over to my questions that I prepared for you. What class or type of character would help the party, do you think?
Something with healing, I think. I mean, I know that Arthur punches people, and that's cool, but, like, the idea of having more of that would probably be good moving forward. But that's my assumption. I really don't know how our group levels, so I don't feel like I'm a really... I feel like I don't know enough.
You said healing, so That's what we're going to go. So you want, if another character comes in, you suggest like maybe if they have healing, that would be really good. Which I think, if you have access to healing, you should always find a way to use it. Unfortunately, as a barbarian, I do not have access to healing. I have access to reverse healing.
Okay. Let me put this in terms of like Volred maybe instead of like Raab as a player. I think Volred has access to someone who could grow some real dank green, but there's no one in the party who can just like make alcohol. So if there's someone who like could just like make cognac, I think Volred would really be vibing hardcore with that person.
Get brewery's tools. All right, gotcha. I didn't pick those tools, unfortunately. Okay, so that was that question. On to another question. If Bevo rejoined with a different character, what type of character do you think he might pick? Like a class or another? You think he'd pick another different weird race?
You know, I really don't know. Someone who can make alcohol.
Quality answer. So, well, we already have an artificer. They're probably the best at it. So he's going to be a dwarf? Dwarves are known for not being alcoholics.
Are you saying that Gander is able to make alcohol?
Yes, technically.
Then why isn't he doing that?
Probably no one's asked him, and he's not a big alcohol person. He's not a big person in general.
Oh.
But,
wow.
Short joke.
Damn. Yeah. Well,
if he was watching this episode, he'd be very offended. But we've already proven that he's never seen an episode of Adjacent with Jace.
That he's not on.
No, he doesn't see him when he's on either. He doesn't watch the show. Okay, on to another question. Who do you? We did this one to pick up the crazy part. We'll all do our own part to pick up the crazy here. What type of monster do you not want to face? It's a vague question because you don't have a big understanding of different monsters. So something that would really piss off you or Volred, just not really wanting to have to fight.
Ones that would kill me.
Yes.
I guess in theory, ones that deal well with range, since obviously I have a bow. I'm someone who's a range attacker. Any sort of enemy that is kind of like, oh, by the way, I got range too, and I'm about to fuck you up.
So another sniper.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna get into a sniping battle, let's do it like LFG. But that just sounds like a bad time.
You got to distract them long enough for me to find where they are.
Yeah, you know what? I think this group just really needs like a super sexy distraction that could distract all of our enemies. If you just like walk up there and be like, "Oh my God, I dropped my," fill in the blank and just kind of like bend over and like
drop my javelin.
Yeah, I dropped my javelin and do like the bend and snap. You know, really just like sexify things and distract all the enemies. So I guess Bevo, if you're listening, be something really like overtly sexy.
Play a sexy character, Bevo.
Yeah, like I'm talking like big whatever, like if it's female, big front and back. If it's a man, big front and back. 36, 24, 36.
He's always got decent looks, but she didn't have the charisma. Like, I don't know how to do this.
You just gotta. But that's the perfect statement to sexify. I don't know how to do this.
Like, I'm covered in blood. It's not even mine.
Oh, I'm covered in blood.
It's this gross, covered like blood and entrails. It's just like, oh, how are you? It's like,
right.
Lovely. Question for Volred. You into furries?
Who asked that?
That was Bevo. Bevo in the chat.
Is it asking Volred or me?
Technically it's a question for Volred. But
Volred is basically asexual at this point. I think he has too much.
A void.
Yeah, I think there's too much mental damage right there for like any sexuality to you know, be there. Now, Raab, I'm not furries, no, but like some like body hair, like if we're talking like that kind of furry, like yeah, it's cute, that's hot.
He
You know,
likes
that's like
bears.
yeah, yeah,
So that's an animal, right?
yes, but like furries. Nah, I'm not really. I'm not anti-furry. Like you know, you do your thing. Those suits are expensive. Um, Probably awkward to get dry cleaned. But
Oh,
hey,
you
you know
wash
what?
that
Like,
shit at home. You don't take that to a dry cleaner.
there's got to be someone who's taken a fursuit to a dry cleaner.
Yeah.
Like you know, like there's some rich person who kind of just like got into like furries and was just like, ugh, I'm gonna make my maid take care of this,
So,
and she's just like dry cleaner.
It's one of the lead singers for ICP. Their daughter's really into like furries, and so he got a furry costume for himself.
Really?
Yeah, it was not the fat one, the skinnier one.
Magnets, how do they work?
Who knows? Science, magic.
I don't understand science.
Bevo does says it has relevance, so I'm guessing his character he's coming up with has a lot of body hair, to quote a certain Volred.
Oh, I'm Volred doesn't care, but like Raab is hopeful.
Okay, on to another question I had prepared for you. Who is your favorite party member as Volred and also as Raab? Because, yeah, I asked the same thing to Kilmo.
So I think as Volred, it's definitely Arthur, just because he has the strongest connection. Yeah, just like thematically, story-wise, I think, you know, obviously Volred's someone who still needs sort of that coddling a little bit, the secrecy. I don't know if that's
What's about secretions?
you know, I think he has the strongest bond and trust with Arthur, but I do think like if we're gonna play like, you know, good cop, bad cop, Arthur's not the one for Volred to like ask for permission of something, because like Arthur's just gonna be like, no, just sort of like,
Wet blanket.
like I'm gonna take this Atherley from you. But I do think that of the other characters, Volred probably, if needed, like some craziness, would go to his all, because you know.
If I get voted for something, I never get voted for anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, like it's just for like, yeah, like let's go, like let's do something stupid.
You had me at let's go. I'm already packed it out the door. Let's do it.
So then, what about you? Flip that question. Did you already answer that last time?
No, I didn't answer it because I don't answer questions unless I'm asked. My favorite character, as much as I really like magic, Caleb is so fucking boring. So, it's not Caleb. I didn't have to throw him under the bus, but I kind of want. He's real boring. That's not like a knock on Gilmo role-playing. Like, Caleb, the character, is boring. I would probably say Volred, because every time you don't do a lot because you kind of sit in the background doing things, but every time you do start to do something, you are fully into like role-playing, whatever. It's like, oh, you said this? All right, cool, let's go do whatever. Or you have a remark about it. It's like, awesome.
We're about to get fingered.
It's like, great. So yeah, I would say Volred's probably my favorite character, and it's not because you picked me for a selection. It's like because Arthur picked me to die first, which was the other first time I was selected for anything. But I had a thought of a question when you had answered the previous question about Arthur being your favorite. Are you practicing getting better at stealing so you could steal Azure Leaf from Arthur? You don't have to say yes.
But I think you're onto something that I'm going to have to remember.
It's like, well, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. Unless you're not getting paid to begin with.
See, I don't know. I think there's still like a level of honor where it's like, I don't know if Volred would like steal from the party unless he's like super desperate. Because something that I haven't really like role played yet about is just there's a definite strong feeling of like honor. So I think Volred doesn't necessarily. He would never have been someone to steal something up until recently, so it's sort of like a freeing experience.
You saw a pimp and you took the opportunity.
Yeah, when you're drunk and you see a pimp, I mean, I partly wanted to like, okay, my other thought was instead of just stealing the bag, I really wanted to push that motherfucker over, grab his hat and cane, and just like bolt.
That's what I wanted. I wanted like the hat and cane to like float away from this dude, because this guy had to be inebriated and somehow to be window shopping at midnight at the strip.
Yeah, the whole idea though of the cane and hat just floating away gave me some like energy that I was gonna get caught, and I was like, I probably aren't feeling like getting caught, so let's just steal something I could conceal.
Next time.
Yeah, next time, like, we're gonna need a situation where I can get away with something with high probability. That's more blingy.
Chances are never zero unless there's zero, and then at that point it's too late. You've already committed.
Let's commit felonies.
Let's go. No war crimes, just felons. Draw the line.
Bro, why'd you guys say war?
Well,
Bruh.
wins above replacement.
Yeah, great statistic.
Yeah, very exciting statistic. Everyone should really look into that. Okay, on to another question I have for you. Are there any crimes you want to commit? I think you kind of answered, but I did put this as one of the questions. So,
you know, obviously, like, stealing is pretty cool. Kind of like that. I mean, outside of that, I think Volred does have like a. He's mentioned a couple times that he's enjoying the bloodshed, which is little maybe sociopathic. I'm saying that to Azal, who doesn't give a fuck, who actually gets off
exciting.
on it. So
it's very exciting. It's a test of will.
Yeah. But I don't know, the idea of just like kind of being a common thief as someone who's like a noble and like, oh, like I'm a noble, I'm grand, just kind of being like, oh, I'm just that dirty common thief, like, oh yeah, let's steal, yeah.
It's a weird territory, but this does transition to my final question before the game I have prepared. Do you see the party going on a mission to kill your family, or at least irritate them for revenge? And would this crime consist of patricide or matricide?
I don't know what those last couple words were.
Killing your parents is generally those two.
Oh, the patricide.
Patricide and matricide. Killing your mother and father. No, because from what we understand, they kicked you out and irritated to that point. So, are we gonna go and get some revenge on them at some point, whether it's murder or just ruining their lives?
You know what? Like, complete honesty, I have not gotten that far in terms of hopes and dreams.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm not saying that's like a no, but like there's not a hard storyline that I'm trying. I'm not sitting here like, how do I kill my family? But if like
your now illusion mustache, yes.
Like, how do I kill my family?
You can use the hat disguise to make a mustache appear in front of your mask, like a big one. You can just have it fake; it is there.
Sure. Everyone likes a mustache.
Just do whatever you want with the hat disguise.
Most people like mustaches.
Mustache.
Some people like mustaches.
I would just say, if you mention too much about your parents being terrible or something and you get drunk enough, we will spontaneously just decide to go there and take care of the problem.
Noted.
Like, it will happen.
If you build it, they will come.
Not getting into that. Let's go on to the next and final group of questions. We're going to play a lovely game of Smash or Pass. I have devised a very complicated list of D&D creatures, and you're going to tell me if you would smash or pass them, smash being relations, and pass being, oh, hell no. But for this game, you have no access to Google or D&D Beyond to look up what these creatures might look like or to look up the stuff for them. If you have a question about some aspect about them, you can ask, and I'll give you a vague idea, but pretty truthful.
Okay.
And we'll go, and then when you say it, smash or pass, make a decision, I will reveal the image so that everyone can see.
I like this. This is insane. Let's do it.
So, up first, some of them are pretty obvious with the names, and they exist in like media, so you might be able to realize an idea of what they are. Purple worm.
I actually have no clue what that is. Brief description.
It's purple. Very big, large, huge, gargantuan in size in many ways. A lot of teeth. Have you seen Dune? It's like that, but purple.
Pass.
He passes on the purple worm, which I gotta say, probably a really good choice, because these things are huge. And here we have the image of the purple worm.
Yeah, okay, good call.
And as you can see in the picture, there is Volred for size.
I mean, but
Can't
what
see.
that mouth do?
There's no such
It's
thing
still
as
a
deep
pass.
throating.
It's still a pass.
Zero gag reflex. On to the next one, we have a mimic. This one's an interesting one.
Oh, fucking smash. I mean, think of it, a mimic can kind of just do like whatever. That's the ultimate risk reward. Like, it could probably be like really bad, but when it's good, it's like good.
So he's a big smash on the mimic. Here's an idea of what it looks like when it's in the chest form.
It's still smash. Look at that tongue.
What that tongue do?
Yeah. Yeah, I stand by that.
That was a very fast answer as well. Okay, here we go. On to the next one, a lich.
Oh, I have no clue what that is.
Humanoid in shape.
Okay.
Definitely human of some kind, but it has hands, features like Volred or anyone else would have. Magical. Very wise in its age.
I'm gonna go with a smash because that kind of sounds like a daddy, and like, you know, daddies are fun. We like daddies.
It's got that old money too, because these things live for a very long time. Well, I would say they would have lived for a long time, except for they're undead. And this is a lich. It's the Bone Daddy. This is a version of a lich. They're generally dead though.
You know what? Like, maybe not that one, but hey, as long as the bone's hard.
Liches get stitches. So. Don't think that's an actual. Okay, on to the next one. Well, this one's fairly popular. The Mind Flayer.
Como se dice?
Mind Flayer. It's humanoid in shape. It's got hands. It doesn't have a lot of body hair on it.
You said does?
Doesn't. Very
Then
smooth
pass.
creatures. I understand that.
Pass.
And I don't know if you're into a lot of tentacle things, but there's a Mind Flayer right here. Very stylish.
I don't know. Like, see, that would be a probable smash. I mean, it wouldn't be on the list of like I have to smash, but yeah, I probably would.
Gotta say, they have very powerful psychic abilities, so they will know all of your secrets.
Yeah, I mean, what's more hot than someone who can just like give you everything you need because they already know?
Hard smash in the chat. Ooh, tentacle
Yeah.
smash.
Yeah. No,
On
okay.
to you change your vote to Smash. Well, sorry, they already left.
Yeah,
They're very
I already
upset.
passed. I already
They
passed.
deleted your number in their phone too.
The
So
one that went away.
damn. On to the next one, the Basilisk.
Ooh.
This is not the one from Harry Potter.
But it's still like a snake, right?
It is reptilian. It does not. It does not have arms or legs, so it's not a snake. So it has appendages. It has a gaze that can make you rock hard, though, no matter what.
Oh, so like Medusa.
Similar.
I'm gonna go with pass.
Okay, gonna pass on the Basilisk. Well, here it is.
I mean, that could be a real fat ass, but yeah. Sorry, bro.
It's a good choice probably in this one because
Yeah.
those teeth always bite. On to another one. This one's a very popular one. The beauty is always in its eye. You have the Beholder.
What?
A Beholder.
Oh, I thought you were saying the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I
Yes,
thought that was
I
like
did
a
say
sentence.
that, and
But it's called a
It is called a
beholder.
Beholder. It's got
And
lovely eyes.
How well does it hold these nuts?
It has telekinesis and can hold many things, weighing a lot of weight, just in case. You know, very supportive. Has no issues with money. Keeps a relatively clean environment at all times.
So with telekinesis, can it like pick up someone's body and just like control
Yes, yes, it
it?
could.
Then that's a smash. I
That-
mean,
All right, here's the
Like you-
Beholder for you.
oh damn. I mean, what do those tentacles do?
Those all have another eyes on the end of them, so those shoot out laser beams that do different things. I will say, all Beholders do not look the same. They look however the hell they want to look.
That telekinesis though, like you don't even need a sling. It's just them.
Like in the chat says, probably gives good head since that's what it is. Okay, on to another one. This one's fairly popular, I guess. The Gelatinous Cube.
I don't care what this is. Smash. Fuck it.
It is a cube of
Dude,
gelatinous.
it would feel good.
I would recommend wearing some form of protection. Big.
Why?
Because it's acidic.
But if you get the right sort of protection, I mean,
Like a hazmat suit.
I mean,
Or magic protection, from what I understand. Magic doesn't corrode in there, so you just get a magic Trojan or something.
yeah, I mean, this would be the ultimate. So like,
A Magnus Magnum.
if we're talking about like smashing, there's the aspect of like the physical form of what something is, and then there's the ability to be a good lover. This has zero ability to be a good lover, but the maximum of like physical like upside, you know.
Just look at the chat, like flesh light.
It's basically the fleshlight of
It'll clean your dungeon, tingly all the way in.
ooh.
All right, well, go on to another one. This one, oh, this is pretty obvious. A dragon.
Pass.
Dragon D's nuts. I will say, dragons can polymorph themselves to look like anything.
I mean,
Although
it's
this
still
is a black dragon. They've got acid stuff, so you probably don't. They're not very nice, unless you're in like the BDSM.
I mean, it's still a pass, but I mean, if you're gonna have sex with a dragon, it could be like kinky if like you're bottoming for them, but like,
It'd be a real bad dragon. All right, you said pass on the dragon. The scalies out there definitely don't like you now. The next one is called an Utyug.
what is that?
It's not a chance in hell you know what this is because it's something I have to describe to everyone else when I say it. It's got a big mouth. It's got some tentacles on it. It can eat a lot.
How hairy are we talking?
varies. Really depends on its environment.
Sure, why not? Smash. Let's do it.
Let's go smash the Utyug.
Yeah, kind of weird, but like not the worst.
These things are like garbage disposals. They'll eat anything.
Perfect.
On to another one. We've got the Etten. This is a very large, hairy creature. Giant in size. 2 heads are better than 1 when it comes to an Etten. Here is the Etten in dad bod form.
Yeah, that's a smash. I mean, multiple mouths. Yeah, great time.
2 heads better for double the fun. Big smash. There you go.
Yeah, what's daddy issues when you only have one daddy? There's obviously multiple heads.
Here's a Volrid classic, the Swagan.
Great to eat, but I'm thinking it's probably bad to smash, so I'm gonna go pass.
Gonna pass on the... Where are you? Did I not? I know I love the Sahagin. There you are. Sahagin. Yeah, he's probably real mean.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just move on.
On to another one. Oh, this one's a Sean favorite. The Rakshasa.
If Sean likes it, I'm sure I do too, so we're gonna smash that.
Rakshasa, hairy creatures, very magical. Backwards hands. It's very interesting. Here is the Rakshasa for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty sexy. Yeah. Like, I would, like, go on a date with that.
They're also immune to magic of 6th level or lower. This is a statement.
Okay.
Okay, on to another one. The Thrycreen. Multiple appendages. Walks on 2 feet. Excellent vision. Very athletic. Has a lot of family though. Is a playable race. So it's not horrifying.
I don't know much, but I'm just gonna go with my gut and say pass.
Well, that depends if you're into insects, because it's a Thrycreen. It's got multiple appendages.
I think that was a good pass.
Probably a good pass on that one. That praying mantis style head, probably not a good sign.
But I mean, like, honestly though, like, think about the like levels of flexibility. It's still a pass, but like that looks pretty flexible.
Got options. We got options. That's what really matters. The next one, I only have 2 more. So here we go. This one is called a Grell.
Please explain.
Big brain, tentacles. Speaks its own language. Psychic as well, but so it can still communicate with you.
Pass.
All right. You passed on. Well, no, that's the other Grell.
Oh.
So
it's an anime.
Here's the actual Grell.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of glad I passed on that. I mean, the tentacles, though.
It was, yeah. And now for the final one. This one's a rock.
A rock?
It is not a stone. It's called a rock.
I mean, if we're talking a rock...
Larger than life.
Again,
very intelligent.
If we're talking a rock, then Saddam Hussein's got a pretty good mustache, so I'm gonna base it off that. So, smash.
What? I don't get that.
You said a rock.
A rock.
You said a rock.
A rock? Well, the other.
Rock.
Well, all right. We'll see. You're going to smash then. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, perfect.
It's actually a giant bird.
Those talons would not be a great.
You said smash, so you're gonna fuck a bird now.
Oops.
And that does it for this session of Pass or Smash.
Did I win?
I don't know. Wasn't keeping track on who you said you would smash or not. So, Dwayne the Bird Johnson came in at the very end. So, that was a fun game. In order to do it again, I have to make an entirely new list now, though. So, this was primarily a list of the top 10 most popular D&D monsters, plus the ones I like.
Would you fuck a cockatrice?
No, it's a chicken. See, I know what the monsters are, so I have no, no, none of that. Pass on that basilisk, though. On to the next question. Who's the top of your Deadpool?
I don't know, to be honest. I think that this is a kind of equal sort of group of... I think anyone could die at any time. But I assume you're also going to force me to pick a name.
I would prefer you pick someone.
Kalen.
Good. He is a wizard. I think that was a top pick for some other people.
Yeah.
There's no point of a Deadpool without any combat. That's true. And the only person who would normally die out of combat already left the party. So, as we draw to the very end, we would like to ask you to roll a D percentile, please, if you would be so kind.
What if I rolled 5 D20s?
That technically works. It just prevents you from getting anything less than a 5.
I rolled a 12.
Ooh.
It's very low.
Can you roll me a D10?
Yes.
That is a low number. Good job.
10.
Your height changes by 10 inches, equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you shrink. If it is even, you grow. You grow 10 inches taller. Congratulations.
Where?
Exponentially in every direction.
Oh. I can deal with that. That means I could play in the NBA.
That's right. Well, you'd be like, what, small forward?
No, if I grew 10 inches, I'd be 7 foot.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Forward 6'2". Is he the tallest in the party?
Yep.
We count ear height.
I think I'm that tall.
I don't typically just make them your actual height.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Like, I don't want to think. Here you go.
That sounds like a really good t-shirt. Like, if I was walking in the grocery store and someone was wearing a t-shirt that said, I don't want to think, I'd be like, hey, same.
So, thank you, Volred/Raab, for coming in here and being subjugated by my Smash or Pass game, as well as answering questions that no one really cares about, but I still ask them anyway. And then the chat asks the good ones. I just pass the stupid ones.
Was a good time.
That's right. And thank you, everyone in the chat, for coming and asking questions that everyone wanted to hear. And I saw Bevo pop in trying to ask some questions. Someone's got to make his closing statements, I'm guessing, so we should probably bring him on. We'll see what our schedule's like next week. But I hope you have a good night, Volred/Raab. Full Raab.
I will, only if everyone else does.
And if they don't, fuck them. Smash or pass.
I might.
Hard pass on the chat.
Ooh. There's some in the chat that I'd smash.
Oh. Well, thank you all for coming. I really have to go. I hope you all liked watching my really crappy show. Like, follow, subscribe is what I'm supposed to say. And as always, see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone.
I don't want to be here either.
Bye-bye.
Walking hand in hand on the ocean floor, down deep we wander. Louder we sing, no there is no cure.